Are you in or are you out?
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Wrong answer!
One small step for film. One giant leap for Interfellas.
Holy shit. I could see, like, I don't even need these anymore. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. The best Spider-Man of all time. The best trilogy in terms of all the Spider-Man of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Undeniable. I'm sorry. People argue Tom is the better Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is the best well-rounded. Nobody holds close.
Tobey's
in my
number one.
opinion. Tobey is number one.
I think we both agree it's one of our favorite movies ever.
Yeah, the first one is one of my favorite movies
The first
ever.
one, yes.
Yeah, 100%. And I think what we can do, for time's sake, we want to talk about all three. So we'll just kind of like run through them, but also not go, because we could do 3 hours on each movie.
On each movie, yeah.
I think the most notable thing, obviously, the origin story of Spider-Man. Nothing is better than showing him, you know, upset that MJ loves Flash for the car, and he goes and faces fucking Bonesaw, right? And then find Bonesaw. Wait, hold on. I have the Bonesaw, remember?
That's right.
Bonesaw. 3 minutes of playtime.
The spider bite itself, everybody knows he gets bit by a spider, but making the spider red and blue with like the radioactive sign,
Yeah.
it just dumbs it down for the audience, but everybody knows, all right, that's how Spider-Man gets his powers.
Right.
But like you said, when he discovers his power, he's like, yo, I gotta do something. Because, you know, it's hard to have that built up, whatever, strength. Like he just did it,
Yeah.
No, but...
And obviously, like, that rage, you know, he takes it out on Flash, rightfully so. He fucking deserves it. I don't care what you say. Like, listen, I'm not saying that violence is always the answer, but, like, yeah, like, you deserved every bit of that. And I still love to this day that was practical. Everybody
Insane.
claims
How
it
many
was
takes was it,
practical.
like 100
I think
something?
it was of him catching all the food in the, you know, in the lunchroom,
Cafeteria.
in the cafeteria, and then, like, him fucking throwing and hitting Flash.
Yeah.
So he gets into that fight, and I guess because of my brain thinking about all three that I want to get to, I jumped right to, obviously, the line of the movie. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben just trying to be a good parent role because obviously Peter doesn't have
Yeah. I mean,
parents.
it's so emotional, too, because, you know, he's hyped up, he's enraged, he's got to get to the wrestling tournament, and he kind of dismisses it. He's like,
Yeah.
he goes, I know I'm not your father, then stop trying to be.
Yeah. I
That
know.
just, like, was a knife.
What's so sad is, like, as a teenager, you don't think
You're in your
about,
own world, of
yeah,
course.
you don't think about those things. So him dropping that line, he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's not thinking that deep, but like you saw the look on Uncle Ben's face.
Yeah.
And like, oh, it like hurts to this day
Yeah.
just seeing that
Well,
scene.
one thing we skipped over to, and we'll get into because we both agree, Willem Dafoe, unbelievable. But I love the simultaneous transition of Spider-Man becoming Spider-Man, like him getting bit and going through and then the Goblin just slamming the fucking chemical to the ground and then coming out of the chamber.
And
like,
the pressure of him having to meet the military contract.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
We're testing me now.
exactly.
And then, you know, he fucking slams the doctor back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess the reason why my brain just jumped right to is because, like, that line is the embodiment of Spider-Man.
Everybody knows it's from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's what he lives and dies by, right? With great power comes great responsibility. He gets these powers, he's gifted them, and he initially uses them to his advantage, but then finally, you know, full circle moment, obviously he chases down the perpetrator. I missed a part where that's my problem. One of the best lines ever.
Yeah.
But selfishly, you know, it's a hot take. I don't think he really took him out. I don't think it was his fault.
No, I mean, of course,
He was menacing enough for him to back up and trip, but my man, look where you're going.
I mean, the gun was to his head, too. So he was the one in the disadvantage. The guy just literally fell back.
So, you know, I think after that moment, he kind of realizes that the power that he has been gifted, I would say, and throughout the rest of the film, showing that he's going to use it in a responsible way.
Yeah, I mean, to his advantage, too. Getting photos of Spider-Man for the Daily Bugle's hilarious, too, because, like, everybody makes the memes. How'd you get this shot of Spider-Man? Well, I climbed on a flagpole and I was sticking to the building. Like
7 stories high
and then
on the fire escape.
J.K. Simmons, one of the best castings
Oh,
for
Jay
a role
Jonah?
all time.
Yeah.
They brought him back in the Tom Holland
Yeah.
ones, but like
Yeah.
perfect casting.
Oh, hilarious.
Look, charisma.
I'll give you $200. You know? And then he's like, all right, fine. Sits him down.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, come back.
Yeah.
Not too funny.
Willem Dafoe stole the show for me. Like,
made the
as much
movie.
as I love Tobey Maguire, and I think he's a great Spider-Man, people criticize his Peter Parker side. And yeah, the lines are a little cornier than some other movies. It was made during a time where that was the way that you made
early
comic book
2000s.
films. It wasn't really about this like gritty, serious feel. But I will say, Willem Dafoe, the duality of the role that he played, and again, one of my favorite scenes is when you can see him struggling with himself, and like he goes into the mirror and he's like holding up the newspaper and having that whole like fight within himself, right? The Green Goblin taking over himself, but also him being like a victim of his own undoing, pretty much.
And the Goblin kind of revealing to him, he's like, you think all these little conveniences are just coincidental?
Yeah.
He's like, we did this.
Yeah.
You know, with the pumpkin bomb
Yeah.
and the parade scene. That's the first clash.
Yep.
How cool.
And prior to, I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed when he fucking loses shit. Hey,
Can't
rightfully,
do this.
I'm not saying take out your
Hey,
fucking...
stocks have never been higher.
I'm not saying take out the board, but he built the company.
He did.
And all the board members, just because it makes sense on paper to oust him for their
they gotta-
shareholders,
Bullshit.
fuck
He's a fall guy.
you.
That's the first time you see the Goblin in his suit, and then we
Yeah.
know the costume montage scene, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the first time you see Spidey fully suited up because you saw the montage of him saving people.
Yeah.
But just like you said, even like the get out of the way, kid. Like the kid's just staring while fucking shit's blowing up and the thing's about to fall on him. And then even
I'm trying to think. Did you get a look at the Green Goblin when they blow up the defense in the? I forget what that. Remember, he flies in
he
and like.
flew in, but they don't zoom in on his face.
Gotcha.
It's just like you see the green figure and you see the green missile blow up the military.
I got you.
But
Okay.
I love the green. A lot of people criticize. They call it like a Power Ranger outfit. The Green Goblin. I loved the way he looked.
Yeah.
Especially the mask.
I wish they added.
I know what you're gonna
again,
say.
hindsight, the purple, like the purple hood, the
Yeah.
purple outfit. I think it would have like well-roundedness.
Keep
to
the mask, yeah, but throw like a purple like long hoodie on. Where
Whatever he had,
Yeah.
yeah, in the comic book, he had like a hoodie, and then the hood was up, but keep the horn through it, and no. Even I know we kind of brushed over at Harry. Harry was great.
Great.
James Franco as like the I don't want to say he's an antagonist, but like obviously he goes after MJ in the beginning,
Yeah.
and it like kind of sparks Peter's like jealousy, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah, because he's just too
I mean,
afraid to talk
it's so
to MJ.
fucked up thinking about it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know,
You're telling him I like this.
since 4th grade, I've loved this girl.
Yeah.
He knows it. He slides in. He's like, all right, I'm piping.
Uses the same line, right? Oh yeah, you see these spiders here? They
Then brings her to the party,
Yeah.
the parade. She's wearing a beautiful. Why didn't you wear black? Like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You got a smoke show. Peter's like taking photos of her.
yeah.
No, but then once we get into the grind of the film, we pass the parade. Now it's like full on. Like, all right, I'm here to terrorize the city, Willem Dafoe. I'm here to save the city. And then,
Yeah. It's funny. I'm going to ask you the question. Were you afraid as a kid, I was afraid during the fire sequence when Green
turn around.
Goblin turns around and does that screech?
Scream.
It wasn't even the look, it was the
It
scream.
was the scream and it was the suddenness.
Yeah.
Because you saw other normal people come out of the movie, out of the building.
Yeah.
He saves the baby, obviously. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a setup, though.
Oh,
Like a moth to a flame. Like he fucking calls him out.
literally. Light the building on fire. He knows Spider-Man's going to come.
Yep.
And then that leads into the Thanksgiving meal, right? Because that's when he gets cut in the arm from the
Yeah.
goblin.
Well, we skipped out too on when he sleep when he gives the I can't fucking speak. When he gives the gas to Spider-Man, knocks him out, and then makes him the proposal on the building. Like,
Yeah.
That scene's one of the most iconic. The back and forth, like, listen, he's like, and you chose the route of the hero.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to see you fall.
Yep. They want to see you lose.
That's the differentiality between maturity almost, because
Mm.
Willem Dafoe, again, it's the Green Goblin talking, but he's using it for personal gain. Right?
Yep.
He wants to take over, make money,
Right.
rule.
Right.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man's just trying to do the right thing. He's a 17-year-old kid.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's where you kind of see
It's like the juxtaposition between the two.
Yeah.
Like one of them is selfish, the other is selfless, like a hero that we all need. And it's really interesting because I love that even throughout it, you kind of see glimpses of Norman without being Green Goblin. Like even when it pretty much fully takes over, and then you see it. Like he's such a good actor that you can just see the moments where it clicks in. Like I think of just when he's like, he's going to like take a piece of the turkey or whatever, and she whacks his hand, and it's like
he licks.
Yep. Sharpens the knife, and he's like, it's just so intense. You know, how'd you get that cut? Oh, bike messenger.
Bike messenger.
You know, and then he reams MJ.
Well, actually,
ream her fast.
That seems cool. Did you ever notice too? They pointed it out what colors they're wearing.
The opposite,
Toby's
right?
wearing the green shirt with the purple tie, and obviously Norman's wearing the blue shirt with the red tie. Like just little things like that.
I need to also go back. I love when Toby's learning how to swing for the first time, and he's like,
up and away whip.
And then, but when he hits it and he goes and like you see, again, the origin story. I love an origin story movie because you're seeing from beginning to, not end, but like where he finally turns into Spider-Man.
We haven't really mentioned much, but the whole development of Tobey and Kirsten Dunst, MJ's relationship, really gets to the pinnacle when they're in the hospital room, when Aunt May's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And Tobey, she's boasting about Spider-Man, but obviously Peter grabs her hand and she's kind of talking about him. And then Harry walks in and let go of the hand. That's right then and there. The Goblin's got Spider-Man by the balls. How do we attack him?
His heart.
His heart.
Yep, 100%. And then you hear the call on the payphone, right?
Can the Spider-Man come out to play? And then sure as shit, he calls MJ. She's not there. And then we love how New York rallies behind Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
in the final scene.
On the bridge, like they're throwing shit at Green Goblin and helping him.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because, you know, the Green Goblin, he becomes his own demise. Like Spider-Man didn't kill Green Goblin. Like, and as much as I know in the later ones, you know, Harry is so like Spider-Man. No, he didn't. No. He really didn't. And then thank God the Butler's like,
Bernard,
like it was the glider. Yeah, which we'll get there in the other ones, but. Yeah, just I think the movie did a great job of capturing a moment in time and making you feel that era. Like
Absolutely.
Going back and watching it growing up, you can I can put myself back into that time period and like relive it.
Yeah, because I mean now every cop car is, you know, Ford Explorer, Dodge Charger, but like back then they had I don't even know what kind of car, but you just know
like
you're
those
in
Lincolns, I think.
Yeah, the Lincolns, like you're in the early 2000s. And even the cops, it's just so funny, like the way they portray the cops. Little overweight, stocky mustache, donuts.
Donuts, yeah.
Literally.
I think Aunt May does a great job in the first one too, having that like motherly role, even though obviously, you know, she has to step in and keep whatever's left together. And she's struggling with losing Uncle Ben. So, you know, when Peter goes back and he's like, I really miss Uncle Ben, she's like, I am too, but you could see that she's staying strong for Peter, which like they don't really touch on until the second film, and that's what I really love about her character arc in the second movie.
Yeah, but just to wrap up the first one, kind of what you said, the Goblin, final fight, awesome. Like just the cinematography, like the grenade blowing up, and what we love about the Tobey trilogy is the use of like, Sam Raimi loved to show Spider-Man like almost exposed. Like he's still suited up, but half his mask is blown off, tears in his suit. Love that. And then, you know,
another duality moment is like he has to choose between the kids on the trolley or whatever, the train car, and the love of his life.
Yeah.
Thank God he manages to figure out both with the swing and stuff, but like I just love when there's always like an ultimatum. Like you have to make a choice. Yeah. And Spider-Man finds a way. So
misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen. But then
Dafoe again, because it's a superhero movie, he's not going to get the claim.
He deserves,
he deserves something for that.
Absolutely. Even like you saying, like you could see the struggles between the Goblin and Norman, because he's like, Peter, it's me, Peter, it's me. But then deep down, he presses the button.
And his face just turns.
That was a suicide mission. He was going to hug Peter and stick them both. But, you know, Godspeed.
Yeah. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Definitely my favorite of the three, and I think
100%.
Better than two. People argue that two is better than one. I disagree. I think one is the best. I think it's the best Spider-Man movie, period.
Easy.
Like, compared to all 11, 12 films.
Yeah, I've watched it more than any movie in my life.
That's the most watched movie you've
100%.
ever seen.
I definitely have seen that movie over 100 times in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I was lying.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not... I guess that does seem like a lot, but it's really not.
Over the course of whatever.
I would say The Godfather is mine, even though it's long. I've seen that because it's always on.
Yeah,
I feel like Spider-Man is never on TV.
I used to always catch it, though, growing
Yeah.
up. I know we touched on the ending, but like we talked on, James Franco, Harry, at the funeral.
Yeah.
Peter's got to, keep a strong face, knowing that he was there for his father's death, but he can't reveal that
Yeah.
he wasn't.
And what's sad is he really lost like a father figure to himself, right?
100%.
Norman was like a father to him pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he didn't really meet him until the beginning of the film, but like Norman had him in the apartment together. Norman helped him with the job he
Offered the
wanted
job,
to.
yeah.
And like, I feel like, Norman pre-Green Goblin really cared about
And I'm sure,
Peter.
and that, Harry was jealous, man. He's got this
Extremely.
straight A student, head on straight,
Yep.
and your own son who you neglected your own life. How is that going to make you feel?
Yeah. With the weight of the world on his shoulders, he realizes he has to tell MJ he doesn't want to be with her.
Yeah.
Even though he does, because he loves her.
Yeah.
And it's upsetting because
That's crazy.
it's a good choice. He's right.
Has to.
Because look, this movie was literally a prime example of you're my weakness, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's like a similar theme in the Batman movies. The Mask isn't for me. It's for the people I love.
Yeah. I think what I love most about the second movie, too, is, like, realizing how thin Peter is stretched. Like, he has to spend time studying with Doc Ock. He has to worry about his job and, like, keep up with, like, a regular life on top of fighting crime, on top of trying to pursue MJ. Like, you're humanizing somebody who has to struggle with dealing with so much and not being able to tell anyone. That's the worst part.
Oh, man.
Can't tell a soul what
Not a
he's
soul.
going through. He just has to face it alone.
This is the film, too, you start to see people start to catch on, like Robbie Robertson. I heard Spider-Man was there, when the Doc Ock thing goes down, and we'll get to it, too, but Aunt May starting to throw some shade
Yeah.
because, like you said, it's hard to... I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's a movie, obviously.
Right.
But,
I mean, if I was Spider-Man, I'd go to the government and make some sort of deal.
You
Like,
have
look,
to.
I'm not living in this shit box. You better fucking...
imagine sitting in freaking, like, Algebra 3... thinking. Meanwhile, fucking you got Green Goblin and Doc Ock terrorizing the city, and that's all you could think
A
about.
bank robbery, right?
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there like,
Yeah.
3x plus 5
But
equals...
another villain that makes the movie. What a performance by Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Right? Because unlike Willem Dafoe, who's got the rage and aggression, Doc Ock is more calculated.
Yeah.
Despite the little chip going wrong and the arms kind of controlling his brain, he's still got, science at the top of his mind. He's trying to form tritium for a new energy for the world.
Well, I think what's also really tragic is that he's trying to do good and it just goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Dafoe had more evil intentions behind what he was doing as Green Goblin because it was like, oh shit, my company's gonna go under if this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But like, Doc Ock is like, I'm trying to create energy for the world and it just so happened to malfunction and obviously the chips took over and then
Yeah.
he becomes
I mean,
evil.
with Doc Ock, too, though, like, he almost had nothing to lose because Rose is his
Well,
significant other.
after it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
almost-
it's sad because they build up the whole love story between them. Like, he read her poetry or whatever. And
How right you are. Which is why I developed this inhibitor chip.
he reads her poetry and, like, they have that whole moment where Peter's like, how do I express my love for MJ? And then, like, that just goes so unfortunately, like, wrong for him.
Yeah. And then Harry's arc right away from the beginning of the film. He's just kind of like hot shot, taking over Oscorp, throwing money.
Ruined!
Happy to pay the bills, Otto. But
All I have left is going after Spider-Man.
But like, yeah, after it goes down, the tritium absorbs everything, right? And we didn't even mention, love the practicality of the fucking of Doc Ock's arms. Sam Raimi.
Oh, yeah.
Not CGI.
Seeing, like, the puppetry and the behind the scenes where, like, they have to, like, pick a glass and, like,
Yeah.
guide it to his mouth.
Crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
I also love when Peter gets fired because it's kind of sad, like, thinking about him just trying his best and it's just not good enough.
No.
And, like, he's trying, you know what I mean? That's what's so sad. It's like, it's not like he wants to be late or wants to fail, but it's just so much to handle.
Yeah.
And I just never forget the sticker. The sticker rip.
It was like perfect. Like
Yeah.
I could see the part in
That
my
stayed,
mind.
yeah.
Stayed, yeah. And then now we go to the city. Every time we pass Joe's Pizza,
Yeah.
he's got to make a
Oh,
nod
for
to it.
sure. Yeah.
that's where, real life, I mean, we all struggle every day. Like, life's hard.
Yeah.
And he's got to make a tough decision to give up being a superhero.
Yeah.
Because he's losing that motivation, and that's why his powers are. He's going to a doctor.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, my dream.
I'm Spider-Man. It's like, so I think they go to the bank for a mortgage, right? Isn't it about the house?
Yeah.
And like she hasn't been paying the
the bills, yep.
And he has no clue. And like, again, Aunt May holding it down, right? Just trying to get by and not cause more problems or more
for
Peter's plate.
Yeah.
And then the whole bank heist scene is crazy. He's tossing the gold money bags. Yeah, they're fucking going everywhere. And then Aunt May gets taken, and that's like a whole nother level to the story that on the outside, Doc Ock has no clue.
But it's kind of crazy, too, because Doc Ock did it unknowingly that
Right.
it's Peter's relative.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
I don't know how this woman's alive.
Yeah,
because
she's always
she got
blown
blown
with
up.
bomb.
Yeah. I don't know, like she had to go through some intense therapy after that.
Oh, yeah.
But another sick scene when they're battling on the clock tower and he's tossing like the arm of the clock. Awesome.
She gets by the hook of the umbrella and she does like the Hail Mary or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then down the hole when when they're flying and then he's catching himself, they CGI like super held up compared to some movies made in 2023 look worse than that.
Don't look as good.
Yeah. I love when they zoom in on his glasses, his sunglasses, and like he sees it from forever.
Yeah. No, but then he goes through the struggle. Stop. I gave up being Spider-Man. Tosses the suit out. Right.
Yeah.
The famous scene where he's kind of just the cops are going by. He's eating a hot dog.
Yep.
He's doing well
They
in
play
class.
Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Yeah,
I think
he's
it's
answering.
DJ Thomas.
Yeah.
He's having like a great life. You're
Yeah.
like, dude, give it up. But then again, the weight of like knowing he's supposed to be making a difference and not living up to your potential.
And then who's the one who brings him back in? It's Aunt May.
Aunt May.
When they're moving out or whatever, and the neighbors
Yep.
by, and the little kid's asking, "Hey, you think Spider-Man's coming back?" He's like, I don't know. And then Aunt May knows.
Yeah.
She's like, well, there's a hero in all of us.
Oh, that line, that monologue, that whole scene
Yes.
is just so, keeps us strong, keeps us pushing on.
Yeah.
Like she does and she did a great job.
And then, the little montage, you hear Danny Elfman kick in, and he's like, strong focus on what I want. And he completely fucks up. My back.
He falls. I forgot to talk about the costume montage in the first one.
Yeah.
That was epic when they did the skits and like the
course.
drawing. And then they said that they used like her blue eyes and red hair, and that's why he chose the color of Spider-Man's outfit of MJ. That montage moment and the score, and all three are epic. Danny Elfman did such a great job.
I'm pissed off, and we'll get there, that the third one never dropped anywhere. I think.
Oh, like the actual album?
Yeah, they said
It might be on vinyl.
I think it's on YouTube, but they never like officially released to streaming or anything.
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we know, and we'll get there. You can't save that anywhere. It's just on YouTube.
I actually think the more memorable scene instead of the end fight is actually the train sequence.
Yeah.
When he starts, he's got to save the train that's ending. There's no tracks, and he starts webbing on all the walls to like keep it back. And like the conductor's like, dude, that's your best shot, you loser. Like he's like cooking him. He's like, you got a better fucking idea? And then obviously they fought. He loses the mask and all that. But then holding, that scene I'll never forget of him holding the train back, and just you see like his body ripping apart, and then they pass him through.
Yeah, Doc Ock, he's told by Harry, I don't want him dead. I need this guy alive. So what does he do? That's the smartness of Otto. He's tiring him out. He kind of knew that he could save the train, if you think about it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also funny because it's almost like a metaphor of like this unstoppable force. Like I am meticulous, and I'm gonna figure out how to get what I want no matter what.
Oh yeah, when Spider-Man's down and out for the count, and all those people are stepping in front of him, all it would take was one knife and just a stab, and he'd be dead.
Oh yeah, right. Well, he also knows all he wants is his tritium. He doesn't give a fuck about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He knows I need to get you to deliver to him to get what I need to now eventually. I guess, what's his motive at this point? Why set up? Does he just want to be proven right? Like, because obviously
his
the
life's
ship
work.
is right, but like it's like, I guess if that were to work and you created energy for the world, now what?
I don't know. I think for him, I think his plan was to go out with a bang, no matter what.
You think he just wanted to tear the world apart at that point?
I don't
'cause
even
he
think
lost
so.
Rose?
I just think like he's gonna prove, no matter what, whether this shit absorbs everything, that he was right.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he's got nothing to lose. Rose is gone. he doesn't have funding anymore, right?
Right.
Harry doesn't want anything to do with him. He just wants him for Spider-Man.
Right. All of New York is well, they stand up for him. Shout out Joey Diaz. But also, when they realize, like, he's just a kid.
Just a kid.
And they realize, then I feel like as a New Yorker, you realize all the things he's accomplishing and trying to achieve and keeping the city safe. And it's like, he's just a 17-year-old kid, whatever, 20-year-old kid.
And it just sucks to think about. And again, I know it's a movie, but even it was 2004, like, it would never happen. With social media now, the second something goes down, even if something as minor as a car accident, a fender bender, your phone's out, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the new Spider-Man get to, right? With social media.
Right. They reveal him, like, instantly.
Yeah, but
holding the secret, they're like, we got you. We'll protect you.
And then we haven't even touched on his relationship with MJ in this one.
Yeah.
Right? Like, obviously he loves MJ, but MJ's kind of moving on, right? He marries, was it Jay Jones, or
The son.
the son?
Yeah.
Supposed to marry. But then, like always,
When he's hired to take photos at their party,
Yeah.
and he, like, isn't that when he gets slapped by Harry, right? Yeah.
Yep. Again, they go meet up in the coffee scene, and that's when Doc Ock, hey, I need Peter alive. He throws a car at them. That's so funny.
For real.
And then, but that's when Peter realizes he's back. He puts the glasses on. He's like, oh shit,
Again.
I'm back.
Fast forwarding to it, when he pulls Spider-Man's mask off and realizes it's Peter, and he's like, we have bigger problems. And Harry's just so thrown back, and like rightfully so. It's like, holy shit, because he's thinking still, you killed my dad.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know if you felt it as a kid. As a kid, I would have just, even though you had to go, like I would have just said, dude, I didn't kill your dad. Like Peter never
just say, listen, like, I'll tell you the full story when I get back. I didn't kill your dad. Like, I know.
He just kind of like dismissed it, almost like
He's like, check my body cam footage. Like, the end fight is great. Just him trying to keep, Doc Ock from destroying the world, and you're seeing the thing on the dock, that building just cave in. As much as Spider-Man is the reason for Doc Ock getting defeated, Doc Ock redeems himself by going, I'm gonna flood this thing. You listen to me now.
Yes.
And he just takes the matters into his own hands and decides to.
I always wondered, like, obviously he knew it was Peter, but I wonder if it's like similar to the Goblin, like, when the Goblin takes over Norman. Obviously the arms are taking over Doc Ock, but at what point when Peter's like, Otto, it's me, and he's like, Peter, brilliant but lazy, but like, is that a switch that's being flipped, or is he just like, all right, I'm in too deep, I have to just drown this thing? Because like, he obviously knows it's Peter. He grabbed MJ.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like we talked about motive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or you think it's because he's in the water now, the arms are kind of dying, that it's Otto coming
I think it's
back?
a combination. I think it's a combination of, like, he was also really beaten down, so maybe like that connection to, like, they don't have as much of a grip
That's
on
true,
him.
because you did see the red eye in them
Flickering, and like, not only have they been beaten, they've been waterlogged, like, who knows. I think the strong connection over, like, controlling his brain, like, kind of deteriorated to give him a window to be like, dude, you're choking me out, like, I'm your student.
Yeah, and then, but as everything sucks in and it's starting to drown and Doc Ock going away with it, Peter takes MJ, and she kind of has the aha moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like, this guy, he loves me.
Yeah.
He just couldn't, and now he understands. And he says it, now you know why I can't be with you.
I love how he's holding the wall up. He's like, this is heavy. Like, we could do this, like, let's leave.
Yeah. No, but what a movie. Everybody's character arc, and then...
How did you feel about her, like, getting all the way to the wedding and then leaving? I feel like that should have been called off prior to
The wedding? Yeah, that's messed up.
Like, you ordered all this stuff, the venue, you had him show up on the altar, and you still didn't be like,
Jay Jonah's like, call the caterer, cancel the caviar.
Yeah. But, like, think about it, like, you still allowed it to get this far to then call it off?
Yeah.
Like, you should have just been like, hey,
Messed up.
no wedding.
Yeah, like, I almost died for the, like, third time in this franchise. I think, low-key, one of my favorite scenes is Harry looking in the mirror, and he's like, you've taken your eye off the... Oh, wait, no, that was the third one, but when he just, like, avenge me. Avenge me!
And he throws the thing, and it reveals, like, the whole lair. Yeah.
So cool.
And because, again, that's a way to bring in a new villain.
Yes.
Right? Like, a lot of these movies force the villain on you. That was such a subtle way, but great way, because now he discovered all the equipment, and he has a motive. Again, we tied why, right? He wants to...
Really is. You're right. It really is perfect, because he, like, almost accidentally bumps into the goblin mask and the formula on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's at that point that Harry realizes, okay, my dad was a menace.
Right. Because I don't think he really understood that he was Green Goblin.
No, nobody did.
Yeah.
Spider-Man almost like, again, compare it to Batman. He almost like, nobody caught Peter doing it, but he took the fall for it. He pretty much covered up the Green Goblin aspect because you had to protect. If Norman Osborn's one of the more successful people in New York, you got to protect that from being corrupt.
Again, I could see how people pick 2 over 1. I'm not mad when people do that. I just think 1 is a better.
No, I'm on the same page. I think Dafoe and the origin story outweigh Doc Ock and the redemption story. At least for me, but I could see.
That's a great way to say it, the redemption versus the origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, 2 is.
It's right
still
there.
Just as great.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And then
I forgot to mention, I love the pizza when he delivers the pizza.
Oh yeah.
And then he like lands on that random building,
steals a slice.
Yeah, steals it back, and then she's like, we're not paying for this. The third one I think gets a lot of negative flack, even though, again, it was rushed that they added in Venom. Venom wasn't supposed to be in it. It was all supposed to be Sandman. I don't think Sandman is strong enough of a character to just be a solo villain, but I think that the movie I still enjoy it. There's a lot of quirkiness to it, and there's a lot of good, but a lot of bad as well.
Absolutely. And I think part of the reason it gets, I don't want to say a lot of hate, is because of the hype for it. Like, the first 2 are so good.
Yeah, it's hard to repeat that.
Yeah, and then we talked about the marketing for that movie. Like, every store you went to, you had the Spider-Man Keebler cookies, you had the freaking
every Burger
McDonald's,
King toy.
Burger King. Yeah, everybody was marketing the shit out of that movie.
Yeah.
So when you have like that, and another thing, we talked about movie trailers. They showed Venom in the freaking.
I know.
I'm like, dude, why?
But I liked how they had Venom on the bike, and then
the symbiote was part of the storyline.
Yeah.
It just sucks when
Sandman had a great arc. I thought they did a good job with him. I really liked. I like the whole Gwen jealousy side of things. Like, they did a good job with, again, Peter decided that he can't be with her. He has to be Spider-Man, and
well, yeah, he struggles. He wants to marry her. He's given Aunt May's ring.
Yeah.
But this struggle with Spider-Man.
Yeah, he can't have a moment to do it. And then the one moment he wants to, he gets shit on by MJ because Harry puts him up to it.
Yeah. Well, that's an introduction to the new Goblin, they called him. They didn't call him the Green Goblin, right? And Harry, you see him, the movie kind of starts him coming out of the tank with the formula. And I get it. He's still, redemption. He just wants to kill Peter. And it's so tough because obviously they're best friends.
Yeah.
But I really liked how in the beginning of the movie, when he hits his head and they become boys again for that little time frame.
Yeah. And he's
you're almost brought back to the beginning.
Because he forgets everything.
Yeah. He said it, I feel like I'm home again.
I really liked when they showed that the Sandman's motive was to just make sure that his daughter's okay, because his daughter was dying. So that was... He was, robbing places. And then they tied it into the first one that he was the one that really had Uncle Ben killed by accident. Yeah. But it wasn't the guy that was killed. Yeah. Which is crazy.
I know. And for him to accidentally become Sandman too, right? Like, obviously, Dafoe, he takes the PEDs in the first one. Doc Ock, even though he didn't mean to become a villain, he developed the arms. Yeah. Ant-Man was completely by accident. He's just running... Did I say Ant-Man?
I think you said Ant-Man.
Sandman, that was completely by accident. He's just running from the police. He falls into whatever
that sand neuralizer or whatever the fuck pit. Molecular changing pit or whatever.
But like you said, I like his character, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Topher Grace cast.
No. Absolutely not.
We know in the comic books, Venom is huge. And Eddie Brock is supposed to be, he's supposed to be, Peter Parker's adversary, both competing for photography, but I know we got Tom Hardy now, who's not the biggest guy, but at least he's got some muscle to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bully Maguire too. I just thought about that. Fucking gold. And him being an asshole terrorizing.
Oh my God.
Finally doing his selfishness, right? That would be technically what he would want to do selfishly, which was really interesting. Obviously his whole fist fight with MJ.
Oh my God.
It was ridiculous.
Him fucking screaming at the guy, well, you'll get your money when you fix this damn door. I actually liked how they portrayed, not the emo Peter part of it, but I liked how they portrayed Spider-Man with the black suit, because we both liked the animated series and the comic book, but this symbiote is so strong.
Yeah, yeah.
And Kurt Connors tries to tell him that. You didn't keep any of this, and he's kind of no. It plays with every emotion.
Yeah, yeah.
And he he buzzes half of Sandman's face off with the train. If he kept going, who knows?
And then they ring the bell, and that's when he finally gets free of the symbiote and realizes that sound frequency is the only thing that can stop this thing.
Yeah.
Which was great, because then in the end fight, when he starts putting down the pillars and hitting them to scream, kill, and then Topher Grace, Eddie Brock, he gets selfish, jumps in with it, the grenade goes in
again,
there.
that's where the studio's at fault, right? You introduce Venom for the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie. He's got no, the symbiote knows Spider-Man's movements, but he's got no, all he wants to do is kill Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me he's like, he knows exactly what to do to kill him. Like, yeah, he goes after MJ, but like, I just feel, I don't know, I just feel the Venom buildup. How does he know to find Sam? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's like bizarre how they just like united out of nowhere, and we're like, let's take him down.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, he wants to kill Peter Parker, but what bad feelings did really he have?
Other than taking Gwen.
Taking Gwen.
Yeah. Harry has the full circle moment, steps in, saves the day, sacrifices himself to save Peter.
Shout out Butler Bernard for telling him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, by the way, the blades on the glider, they're from your father's.
Right.
You know, wish you told me that 2 movies ago, but.
Yeah. It was just so emotional seeing Harry, MJ, and Peter all together as like a group again.
Yeah.
And like they're all crying because Harry is dying.
Yeah.
And like just seeing that, them uniting again, and like Harry being his normal self again, and unfortunately passing on. And then even the emotion with the Sandman just going away.
His forgiveness, he kind of said it. He's like, I'm not asking you for forgive me, but I just want you to understand.
Yeah.
And Peter, he kind of, you know, he got rid of the symbiote. He's been through so much. He's like, you know what? I forgive you.
Yeah.
And I love the silhouette of just Sandman kind of flowing away while the sun rises.
Yeah.
Again, it sucks that there was a lot of slop in the movie, because overall, I think if you just cut out like 20 minutes of crap, you have a really solid third installment.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think it's impossible to live up to 1 and 2.
It's impossible.
So seeing 3, we were expecting it to be like 1 and 2, but again, the rushing of the studios and all this, they made it. It was messy.
It was messy.
It was really good. I still love it, but it's messy.
And
it's a messy film.
they had Spider-Man 4 in mind.
Yeah.
So again, I think it was a good way to end the trilogy, but without them knowing this was the end of the trilogy.
Yep, 100%.
But we love Tobey. Tobey's best Spider-Man.
Yep.
Right. We're so excited for the new one coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Can I just get some macaroni and gravy? Gravy. Tomato sauce.
So I would probably pick J.K. Simmons.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Oh, you were gonna pick him?
No, you're good.
No,
I have a backup in mind.
Yeah, I was gonna pick J.K. Simmons, and just I would love to ask him like what got you, like what made you want to take that role on, because like I feel like you read that, it's such an insignificant part, but it's such a great part. So it's like, what made you intrigued to do that role? That would be my question to ask him. And like, how much fun did you have doing it? Because he's still doing it. They brought him back, so it's like clearly, he loves being that character. He would eat burger and fries. Simple.
I could see that.
Fastball.
I'm gonna pick James Franco. If he liked the adaptation of the new Goblin, they called him.
Yeah. I always thought it was the Hobgoblin, but he's not.
He's in the
New
titles,
Goblin.
in the credits, it's New Goblin.
Okay.
Which I was gonna say, because I know in the comics and in the animated show, like he becomes the Green Goblin, right?
Yeah.
Which he did. He took the serum, but I would want to know if he wished he kind of donned the suit, right? And kind of, I don't know, like use the same. He did use the pumpkin bombs and everything, but just kind of like took on the role of the Green Goblin for like the headlines. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And I think James Franco, I feel like
he's fancy. But then again, I feel like James Franco, he's like a high-end steakhouse guy.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Like not super high-end where it's like insane, but like a nice.
He's like a ribeye steak, but he likes like the scallops and the mashed potatoes.
I could see him going to one of those where they carve it off the
rodizio. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. Great fucking trilogy, the best Spider-Man trilogy. It's gonna be hard to top those. I can't wait to see the new one. We'll see what they do with it.
I know. I'm excited.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and check out our other episodes.